Hey guys, welcome back. I am showing you the game that is my second round in this draft where I drafted the Rakdos deck. And just to refresh you guys, my Rakdos deck has some elements of aggressiveness. It's mostly just a grindy Rakdos deck that I want to get into the late game so I can play my 5-drops and beat you with them. And I've got some elements of burn in the deck, and you saw that featured in the last game where I basically won the entire game with my Lobber crew, and then I had a Hellhole Flailer at the end and a launch party just to get in some extra damage. But I start out with my Grim Roustabout as my 2-drop and my 3-drop as Hellhole Flailer, and that's really, I think, my only extremely aggressive 3-drop. I don't have any Splatter Thugs or Dead Revelers. So that was really lucky that I was able to curve out into that. In addition, my opponent was a little bit stuck on lands. He's playing a 3-color deck, and he drew the Guildgate later. If he had drawn it turn 1, or if he had it turn 1, then it might have been a different game. But I'm able to just jump on him early, and this swing for 6 is really, really clutch. I take him down to 12, and then I can play another Unleashed creature, Gorehouse Chainwalker. So even though I'm stuck on lands, I still have just a ton of aggressive creatures on the board, and he's going to need to come up with something pretty big here to not just get completely run over, because don't forget that I do have the Hellhole Flailer, so I can just sacrifice it and deal an extra 4 damage. So he's got a hover barrier here for me, so that means that he's going to be able to absorb the brunt of the assault, because he's deciding here whether or not he can afford to attack with his Fencing Ace, because I can't block. I mean, all my creatures are unleashed, but if he doesn't stay back to block, he's going to take 5 damage, and he's going to go down to 7, and with me having that Hellhole Flailer, that's just extremely risky. But I draw my 4th land, and I don't know if you guys were able to see it. In fact, I won't even spoil it, but my hand was pretty revealing at this point. If you could see it, then you would probably be able to tell exactly how the game's going to go. But I decided to swing in here, trade off my Gorehouse Chainwalker for his Fencing Ace, and then I Annihilating Fire him, which might seem like a really strange move, because he has a Hover Barrier that had taken 4 damage this turn, so I could have just killed the Hover Barrier, and then he would have nothing left, and I'd have a 4/3 and a 2/2. But in addition, there is an argument that I should have just waited until his end step to Annihilating Fire him, but I didn't want my Annihilating Fire to get dispelled or something, so while he was tapped out of blue mana, I decided to play it. And I mean, I think his deck was probably taunting him. He drew a mountain on a plains, and then he drew a Guildgate, which comes into play tapped, and then right after that he drew Island. So his deck was pretty much just taunting him, not giving him the blue, and then just giving him more blue than he even needed. So he plays a Splatter Thug here, and that's pretty good for him. That's going to be able to wall off my Roustabout, so I don't really have any more good attacks. Luckily for me, I have a plan on winning this game, so I just pass the turn right back, and there's really not much that he can do here. He thinks for a while, but in the end, all I'm going to do is sacrifice my Hellhole Flailer to 4 to him, and then Annihilating Fire him, and then that'll just be the game. So that was a really quick game too. It was unfortunate for my opponent that he didn't really have any way to win, but you know, it sometimes happens. So yeah, I hope you guys managed to enjoy this game, and I'll be back with the finals, or not the finals, because I'm not 2-0, but I'm going to be 1-1, and if I win, then I get some packs, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm just revealing my Annihilating Fire, and then yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a nice day. Bye.